Alright, so last time we were talking about masteries. This time let's talk about runes. There really are only a few different rune pages that are pretty basic, pretty standard that you can take for most junglers. As you get into it more, if you like main jungle, you can definitely customize your rune pages for your entire champion pool if you'd like. Um, but I'm just going to go over the basic ones today. First thing to note though is that you probably shouldn't be buying too many runes before level 20 because level 20 is when you unlock the tier 3 runes, and those are the strongest ones, the ones that you'll be using on these pages. So my main page that I use, you can see it right here. This is what I use for most AD junglers. So I'll have attack damage reds, armor yellows, and scaling MR blues with attack damage quints. So the reason for these, so the attack damage goes without saying. It will help on any AD champion, whether you are auto attack based or ability based. All of them can benefit from that attack damage. Now, the armor seals, since all jungle monsters do physical damage, that armor really helps you in the early game. And since you won't really be facing many other things other than the jungle monsters early, like super early, I take scaling MR blues just because it gives me a better late game, but I don't really have to worry about any AP damage, any magic damage coming from uh, the, well, especially the jungle monsters, since you never get any magic damage coming from them, and you really are only in lane for like a short bit when you're ganking, which we'll talk about later. So again, attack damage reds, attack damage quints, armor yellows, and scaling MR blues. That's what I just prefer for my basic AD page. Now, if we're going for like a tanky jungler who does ability power, so someone like Amumu or Sejuani or Gragas or something like that, this is what I actually prefer to take. I'll have attack speed reds, armor yellows, cooldown reduction blues, 2 ability power quints, and then 1 more cooldown reduction quint. Um, so first let's go over the blues. So the cooldown reduction, that really helps you early. With the blues, that gives you 7.5%, and since in-game all items are 10% based, you aren't going to get a 2.5%. So that's why I just take that quint of cooldown reduction. It just gives me that 10%, which I can use easily, and then I'm not over or under buying CDR. So I can go to 40% if I want, not over, not under, not stop at like 37.5 or have to go up to like 32 or something like that. I mean 42, whatever. All right, so armor seals, same thing as with the last page. You're taking mostly physical damage early from the jungle creeps, so those armor seals help. Ability power quints, just because, well, you're an AP champion. Uh, so again, like Mumu, Sejuani, someone like that. And then the attack speed reds, so that's probably the most different part of the marks of the rune pages. So I take those because early game, like levels 1 through 3, actually super, and even further, depending on what your cooldowns are, you actually aren't going to get much chance to use your abilities. So you're going to be focusing mainly on auto attack, so that attack speed actually helps you clear your jungle a little bit faster. And it does 15% attack speed, so it does help quite a bit. Um, just because, like I said, you aren't going to really have many abilities to use, and they're probably going to be higher cooldown. So you'd use an ability like, maybe once every 5 seconds, level 1, or once every 3 seconds, level 2, something like that, depending on what your cooldowns are. Um, So that's just why I prefer the attack speed reds. Now, if you're gonna go a more like AP damaged jungler, so someone like Nidalee, or you could even do Evelynn, um, you know, Karthus, I don't know, whoever you want to play there. I usually just take one of my lane ones. Let's see, so usually I'll go something kind of like this. So I'll have my magic pen marks, which don't really help in the jungle, but since you only have a limited amount of pages, I just make do. You have your cooldown reduction blues, your armor yellows, and then another cooldown quint and two ability power quints. So it's pretty much the same as the other one. So you could, in all honesty, you could also take that the same AP tank jungle page, um, but just later on, the magic pen's gonna help you later on in game. So it really depends if you want to focus more on your early game or your late game. Like I said, this page is better for late game because it has that 8 magic pen, and this page would be better for early game because it has that attack speed, so you can get better clears. So yeah, that's pretty much it for runes. Like I said, as you get more into jungling, you can itemize different ones for different champions. Like if you want to do a Diana jungle, actually this page would probably work for it because you have your attack speed. If you want to do like an Evelynn, this page would probably be best because you have ability power and physical damage, because she scales off of both really well. But like I said, really it's up to you. Those are just my main pages. The main thing to remember is that flat armor seals. Those help a lot since jungle monsters only do physical damage. So just keep that in mind as you're creating your rune pages.